All right, we are live, and this is like the third or fourth time. I don't know, but here we go. We're it's been a lot of technical difficulties this week, but we're back. UFC Perez versus Nicolau. Johnny, we're just gonna jump right into this because we got the take it to the bank coming right up after this. So, our first fight of the night is in the feather or lightweight division. We've got Gabriel Benitez taking on Mahashate. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, first off, I wish we would have got our first breakdown. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but
Yeah, I thought we
let's
were
go
off to a
again.
great start.
Yeah, so Machate here. I think, yeah, I like his striking, man. He's a good young fighter. I mean, I think, yeah, he's got power in his hands. He's got good wrestling. Benitez, I mean, kind of old and weathered and washed. Is he that grimy veteran that's going to have like maybe one more win in him? Um, yeah, I don't know. I bet Machate by knockout plus 140. Um, yeah, I think he just puts him out clean. I think the striking power is going to be too much for the old man.
Yeah, this is a dog or pass spot for me. Um, Mahashate got knocked down 3 times in his last fight. I've kind of got a rule. If you get knocked down 3 to 4 times in your last couple fights, I generally don't bet on you. Um, this could be a spot where Mahashate shows us the true potential and the striking ability, and he gets Benitez out of there. Benitez is a guy that takes damage. He's got heavy leg kicks. He's a tough, durable dude. Um, I think he could potentially, weather a storm or two and kind of push this fight longer, have a little bit better volume as the fight goes on, land those leg kicks. Yeah, I know. Like I said, it's a dog or pass spot for me. If you're betting Mahashate, yeah, I'd probably bet him to finish the fight. But I'm on the dog here. I think Benitez could get the job done here. I'm just not sold on Mahashate just yet. I will move right along here. Our next fight, um, kind of another shit show here. We've got Ivana Petrovic taking on Liang Na, women's flyweight bout. Liang Na, she's a first round. That's kind of her thing. Most of her fights in China were first round finishes. She's fallen off a cliff here when she got to the UFC. Anything after round one. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is an Ali Yang fight, so it's probably going to be a car crash. Girls that don't normally finish usually get finishes. There's always violence. She has 3 to 4 minutes and pushes hard in that first round, and after that, she just falls off a cliff and gets finished in the end of the first or second round. Um, Yeah, I just like violence here. Unders, and violence. Um, yeah, I don't really want to pick a side between these two. Just unders a parlay piece. Great, great piece.
Yeah, I mean, I like Petrovic. I think she wins by finish. I'll probably have her inside the distance, and I'll probably have her second round, depending on what the number. Um, but the under 2.5, definitely a parlay piece. I think this fight gets finished somewhere in the second round. I'd say probably early in the second round. Um, yeah, it's going to be ugly, and this thing does not go 3 rounds. Our next fight, not much more competitive, but maybe a little bit more competitive. We have, let me just pull this up here. There we go. We got James Lontop taking on Chris Padilla. Both guys making their debut. Lontop seems he's got a little bit of size on Padilla. Padilla's taking this fight on somewhat short notice. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think Lon Top rolls right through him. I mean, I love this kid striking. He's a grimy fighter. He's that Peruvian wave that's coming in with these guys that have great striking and good cardio. They train at elevation. They live at elevation. The cardio is going to be there. The kid has great power, elite power, great striking. I think this kid can make some noise here. Yeah, I like him to finish. I like him by knockout any way possible. Long top round 1, round 2. Long top KO. Unders is a great parlay piece. I mean, under 2.5 is minus 175 as a parlay piece. That's great.
Yeah.
And if you want to push it a little more, just the fight doesn't go, it's only minus 230 and as a parlay piece. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to look target this fight. Love it.
Yeah, I agree. I think this fight probably does find a finish. I like Lon Top. He did miss weight, but I'm not too concerned with that. He's the bigger fighter here. Padilla looks to grapple, and he could land a couple takedowns, but Lon Top's just consistent. If he gets taken down, he generally works his way back up. His striking's good. He doesn't overexert himself. He's just a steady Eddie all the way through. So I think the bigger guy here, stronger guy, and the guy who was training for a tougher opponent, I would say, probably gets the job done here. Our next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We have Marnik Mann taking on Ketlin Souza. Not super high on either one. I don't think Marlik Mann's very good. I think when she does get good position, she kind of gets too excited and gives it up. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, these are two girls that I typically would look to fade here. I don't think either one of them are very good, but I would edge Sosa just off like the size. She's going to be bigger. She's going to be stronger. But yeah, this is not a fight I want to bet on in any way.
Yeah, not super high on this fight either.
Got nothing there.
Souza is my official pick. So, if you're looking, I mean, I guess maybe a DraftKings play, but she's the favorite. So I don't know how much value you're going to get there.
Yeah, I don't really want to lay minus, 375 on a women's MMA fight. I've learned my lesson. Yeah, so I'm going to pass.
Yeah, it's tough. This is probably a decent stay away spot.
It's a smoke break, bathroom break fight.
Yeah, my official pick is Souza to win, but that's do what you want with that. I'm not a fan of this fight at all. Our next fight, another fight. Not a lot of fights on this card that I'm a fan of. We got a heavyweight bout between Dontel Mays and Chao Machado. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, two dusty heavyweights. I mean, going at it. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't think Kyle Machado's any good, but I don't know. Dontel Mays is, I don't know. Betting on this guy is something I don't usually like doing. But I don't know. I think he's got the grappling upside here. The pick's going to be Dontel Mays, but not with very much confidence. I mean, I don't like either one of these guys. I don't think they're either very good. I typically want to fade these guys. So
yeah,
I would take out of the. I'm going to lean fucking. Yeah, I'm going to lean Mays. But
yeah, so I'm leaning Machado, and I get where you're coming from with the grappling. My thing is Machado's his sweeps and his get-ups are good enough to where I think he can. If he does get taken down, I feel like he might tire Mays out a little bit by getting up. He is the cleaner striker. Mays does have some size on him, which almost swayed me to the Mays size or to the Mays side. I think I'm rolling with Machado here, but again, I hate it. I don't like it at all. I think he's just a cleaner striker, and I think he can work his way back up, and his sweeps can be good enough. But yeah, again, Machado's the pick for me to win, but I don't. I hate it. I absolutely hate this fight.
Yeah, it's disgusting, gross, fucking
yeah
heavyweight fight where maybe split decision.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this fight going 3 rounds. These guys
maybe split. These two sloppy guys just fucking You know,
Yeah. Or the over. I don't know what the over looks like, but
I got it right here. Over 1.5 is minus 310.
uh,
2.5 minus 175.
yeah, I mean, that might be worth a shot if you want to throw it into some kind of a crazy part. I'm not. I don't love that either, but yeah, this might just be a stay away spot as well. I don't know.
Machado by split is plus 650. But what is
Okay,
Mays? They
well
don't have
that's
Mays by split. Wow. Okay.
yeah. I think it's ugly. I think it could get to the cards. I think Machado is the cleaner striker, but Mays is bigger. Mays could grapple. Um, so yeah, I mean, again, I'm just not a fan. So I wouldn't invest too heavily in this fight.
No. We
All
did
right, our
catch a
next
big
fight.
ticket fading. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, what'd you say?
No, we did catch a big ticket fading fucking Dontel Mays on a Hamdi split. Hamdi by split.
Oh
That
yeah,
was pretty
yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Our next fight, a little bit more interesting here in lightweight bout. We got Austin Hubbard taking on Mikhail Figlak. I I'm pretty. I like Figlak here. I think he's got the cardio. I think he's more aggressive. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, another fight where neither guy I'm really impressed with. I mean, Austin Hubbard getting kind of up there, 32 years old, but I mean, he doesn't seem washed. I mean, but he's not a very good fighter. Figlak, I mean, I guess he has potential, but he's beating up cans in Europe, and I mean, the competition wasn't great over there in Cage Warriors. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I think Hubbard has a grappling upside. I think he could take him down, grind on him. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go with Hubbard here as a dog pick.
Okay, I don't hate it. Yeah, I think Hubbard has the early grappling upside. I think Figlak has good get ups. He's pretty strong himself. He's more aggressive in the striking department. I think he's more dangerous. So I like Figlak. I think I think this fight probably goes pretty long. But I think over the long haul, I think Figlak kind of starts to take over, and yeah, that's I'm rolling with Figlak here. I don't know. I just think Hubbard he's got solid wrestling, but I feel like he doesn't really fade, but he does slow down a little bit. Um, and I just think Figlak's going to be the more aggressive guy. So if it does go to the cards, he may win just in the optics department.
Yeah, I think this could be a super close fight and go the distance, and I think it could be like 1-1 going into the third. So like,
Yeah,
at that point, pre-flop, I'll pick the plus money. So
yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Figlak is my official pick, but again, it's I can see the upside with dog here. Our next fight is in the bantamweight division. We have Ronnie Yaya taking on Victor Henry. Henry's a high pace guy. He's never been finished. Yaya is dangerous early, great submissions. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, yeah, I mean Henry is the rightful favorite here. He's minus what 425.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
massive.
massive favorite here. I mean, I like him though. I mean, I bet him against Basharat. I mean, I think this guy he's a grinder, man. He's gonna go 3 hard rounds. He's pretty much good everywhere. Um, yeah, and Riyaya, I mean, he has no fucking striking. I mean, he's got some submission upside, I guess, right? But I mean, he's weathered.
Yeah,
He's old.
yeah,
I mean, Henry's not too much younger, but he just looks like he's got the output.
right.
He looks like a fresher fighter. And
Yeah,
Yaya's kind of just no striking and luck box of submission kind of fighter at this stage in his career, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Henry, but it's like maybe Henry. What's Henry 3 or decision? Henry and over 1.5 is minus 200. 3 or decision minus 125. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fight could go long for sure. I mean, Henry he's a volume guy. He's looking to push a pace. He's looking to wear guys out over the long haul. And Yaya is, I mean, in the first round, he can get takedowns and he can control a good amount of the first round. So that's when he's the most live. That's when he's the most dangerous. His submission skills are legit. But Victor Henry, he's never been finished in any capacity. And I don't know. He comes from a good camp where I feel like the wrestling is going to be good enough. I thought he looked good in that Basharat fight until he got kicked in the nuts. I thought that fight was close. He was like a 4-1 dog, and
yeah,
I feel like that was gonna be a good fight. So
it was going to be a good fight. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why I bet him. I bet him plus 3.5. I think at like plus 150 or something.
yeah. So I mean, he was live there. I think he's a rightful favorite. I do think if you're going to bet him, bet him over 1.5 or potentially late. But yeah, I Yaya's tough. He does slow down. You can put him away, but he's relatively chinny. But yeah, I think the fight probably gets into the later rounds. Our next fight is in the welterweight division. We have Tim Means, old savvy vet, taking on Uros Medic. Potential up and comer. Not too sure what to think about this guy. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think Medic is the rightful favorite. He's a little bit blown out. Tim Means is old. He's 40 years old, but he is a junkyard dog. He's going to be there. I mean, he's a well-rounded fighter. He's just old, and you don't know. It's this Medic kid. He's got like some dangerous striking and power.
Yeah.
I think the path for Means is trying to probably mix in grappling early, and then we've seen Medic kind of gas later in the fight. If Means can grapple early and have grappling success early, I think he can have a chance in the fight. But I think if it's on the feet early, I think Medic puts him out. I mean, so yeah, maybe Medic's round 1, and then try to live bet it and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to look at it. This is another dogger pass spot for me. I think Tim Means is durable enough. I always feel like Tim Means is chinny, but he's only been knocked out a couple times in his career. He's been in there with some of the tougher guys in the division. He's never going to be, top 5, top 10 type guy, but he's not a bad gatekeeper. And I think he could grapple a little bit early. I think he can just make this ugly. He's the dirty bird. I think he can make this a dirty fight. And if he doesn't get clipped, he's live in this one. So dogger pass for me in this one. Again, I don't know. Medic, he looked really good in the Semmelsberger fight. That was a bit of a surprise. But Semmelsberger, again, that's another guy who's middle, lower level pack in the welterweight division. But yeah, I don't know. I think Tim Means can get the job done here.
Another one, they're setting a total at 2.5 minus 175. That's not. I don't mind that as a parlay piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is it too good to be true? Are all these fights going to end? I mean, I see a lot of violence here.
Yeah. No, I hear you there, man. This fight could end. This fight could end early.
I mean, yeah, so it could be a gift.
I mean, Means has power. Means has submissions. Both guys. The thing is, neither guy's like a real submission guy, but both guys have been finished by sub more so than anything. So somebody could get clipped, and next thing you know, they're stuck in a guillotine, or who knows. But yeah, I could see it ending early. So I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one. But my official pick, I'm gonna roll with Means here, and we'll figure it out. Figure out how I
Medic
want to bet
early.
it. All right, so we're split on this one. We're split on a few of these, so it's gonna be an interesting card.
Yep.
But like you said, man, I might be betting some unders here as opposed to actual winners.
Yeah, I like unders. I don't like. Yeah, I like a lot of unders here.
Yeah. Our next fight, another potential under spot. We've got a featherweight bout between Jonathan Pierce and David Onama. Both guys, man, they've flashed in the UFC. They have a lot of upside with both guys here. Pierce obviously going to look to grapple here. Onama more of a striker, but he's a survivor. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, this is your typical grappler versus striker here.
Yeah.
Pierce is going to be pushing the pace. You don't see it. If he doesn't get the takedown, he'll just keep coming. He'll shoot for 15 takedowns, and if he gets 7, then he's good.
Yeah.
Onama's takedown defense is not the greatest. He can easily be taken down, but he can. I like his returns. He can pop back up.
Yeah.
He's strong enough and powerful enough to pop back up. Yeah, and when this is on the feet, I mean, it's not even close. I mean, Onama did miss weight by a bunch. I mean, did he do that strategically to kind of have more muscle on him so he can be stronger in the takedown game?
Potentially.
Money has come in actually on Onama. Pierce was like a bigger price earlier in the week. A little money's come in on Onama on the book I'm looking at right now. I don't know here. I don't know. I think Onama can catch him, or Pierce can fucking just grapple fuck him for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
But on every fight starts on the feet, and Onama's live whenever it's there. It's like any one punch. I think if he lands with that power, it could put this guy out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like Pierce.
I don't know here.
Pierce for me is the pick. I have to favor the grappling in this matchup just because Onama can be taken down and controlled on the ground. And to me, Pierce in the UFC, he's got 2 losses, and both of them, his debut against Joe Lozon just came out, got caught in a bad spot right off the bat, and just got finished early. And then in his last fight, a fight he was dominating, talking shit.
I love it. Yeah, I had Brito in that fight.
Yeah, he's Brito is a tough dude. He's got big power. He's good everywhere. And Brito got up and he caught him. Like it's just like if it feels like with Pierce, it's just 1 or 2 little subtle mistakes, and that's how he loses fights. Can he do that against Onama and just get caught with something? Absolutely. But I'm hoping that last fight was a bit of a learning curve for him. I hope I
shut his mouth and just fight.
Yeah, just fight your fight, and don't try to run your mouth. And Onama, I don't think is as obviously he doesn't have the submission threat that Brito does. But yeah, I think Pierce can land the takedowns, and if I'm Pierce, I'm shooting for my life the whole fight. I wouldn't be standing on my feet and trading with this kid. From a DFS perspective, if Pierce does what I think he should do, he could have a massive score. But yeah, I think I like Pierce. I think the grappling will prevail in this fight. But yeah, Onama definitely has that knockout power that could catch him at any point in the fight.
Yeah, I'm going Onama. I'm picking Onama. Fuck it.
All right. It's going to be a fun stream for Saturday night.
Taking the dog. I'm betting the dog. I'm taking Onama KO.
I don't
What do
hate
I
it.
get on that?
I don't
What do
hate
I
it.
get?
I don't hate it.
What do I get? What's the number?
All right.
Let me look. I got it right here. Oh yeah, 285. Oh
Okay.
yeah, give me that. Give me that.
It's worth it. Worth a sprinkle.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're split, man. We're going to be split on quite a few of these fights, but it's going to be fun. We'll see what happens on Saturday. Our next fight, I think we're going to be on the same side here. I'll be shocked if we're on the opposite side. But heavyweight bout: Austin Lane taking on Jonta Diniz. I do not like Austin Lane. I think I think he's here to get beat. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, another two guys that I want to look to fade here. Another two sloppy heavyweights I want to look to fade. Lane is just terrible. He has no chin. He has no skills. I mean, he's a former football player. It's kind of like a Greg Hardy type. Like he's just like no chin, no skills, just a raw guy with power.
Yeah.
Wrestling's not good, and that would be his path here to victory. Would be getting this guy to the ground because I don't think Denise's takedown defense is very good. He's a good striker. He's got power. But yeah, I don't think this guy's very good. He's not somebody with potential in this division. I would look to fade him. But yeah, I'm gonna pick him probably by KO because I don't think Lane has a chin. So
yeah, I agree. I don't think Denise is very good, but I think he could definitely knock out Austin Lane. I think pretty much anybody on the UFC roster could. Just not a fan at all. So yeah, if you're betting Denise, obviously just bet him by KO, and that's basically all there is to say about that fight.
One or two.
Yeah.
KO and one or two.
Yeah, I would imagine that it's relatively early.
Low, yeah, but it's going to be a low number. It ain't going to be good.
All right, our next fight is in the women's flyweight division. We have Karine Silva taking on Ariana Da Silva, aka Ariane Lipski. I'm a huge Karine Silva fan. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm a fan of both of these girls. I mean, I like the Queen of Violence. She's grew on me. She's won me some money. But I don't know. Karine Silva, she finishes every chick she has. You don't see that very much, like the finishes from a women's MMA. But she just finds a finish. I mean, she's got good grappling, good striking. I mean, her submissions are A1. I mean, but I got questions about her cardio out if it gets deeper into the fight. If Lipsky can survive that early storm and kind of weather it, you know what I mean? I went flip-flop back and forth in this fight. Earlier in the week, I thought it would be on Lipsky, and then I seen the submission number on Karine Silva, and I said, oh, plus 240, I like that. So I bet that for like a half a unit, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting on Lipsky lives if she can survive that first round. I would not be opposed to that. If she can weather the storm early, I probably will be betting Lipsky if she looks decent.
Yeah, but, that's not a bad way.
I bet the Karine Silva sub, and I'm gonna see, and then maybe if I can get good plus money on Lipsky, then if she looks all right, I'll bet her.
Yeah, Lipsky, she's been taken down enough and beat up by some grapplers to where I think Karine Silva could do that to her.
But Lipsky has made a lot of improvements in her grappling and takedown.
She has. I mean, she's looked good. She's on a nice run. She's got a three fight winning streak. I just think Karine Silva is very dangerous. I think she could probably find a finish here, and Silva or Lipsky could prove me wrong and could end the hype train here. But as from what I've seen from Karine Silva, I just think she's the real deal. She's gone, she hasn't gone deep into a lot of fights, but she has gone deep into a few fights in the past. So I think her cardio is probably decent, but this will be, we may find out here Saturday night. But yeah, like Karina Silva, I think she's a finisher. I think she has an opportunity to finish this one, and that's how I bet her. I think she's gonna, her sub is probably the way to go. Um, but yeah, I just think she's extremely dangerous, and I think she finds a way to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, our next fight, we get right back into just. I mean, this is after UFC 300. This card is just abysmal.
Yeah,
Um,
it's you think it's like it seems like they try to outdo each Apex card, like each time they
yeah,
try to make it
they really
worse.
do, man. It's just so
Like
crazy. We've got a light heavyweight bout here. Ryan Spann, the IQ of a fucking shoe, taking on Bogdan Guskov, who, we've seen him 2 fights in the UFC. He got starched in one and he killed a guy in another, low level guy at that. But, who knows what this guy is? What are your thoughts here?
yeah, Ryan Spann, fucking, he's not very good, but I mean, I don't think Guskov is very good. I think Guskov sucks. I think all he has is power in the first round. I mean, the guy, I don't know. I don't like the guy's cardio. I don't think he's very good. I think he's just powerful in round one. But I think Spann is just a better all-around MMA fighter. Is he good? No. If Spann is, it's not a guy I want to lay my money on
Right.
with any confidence. But does he win the fight? He probably finishes him in round one or round two. And I'll probably bet him to finish early, and I think he probably does. Unders here. I don't mind the under 1.5. I don't mind the under 2.5. What's that number? Oh, it's minus. Yeah, under 1.5 is minus 180. Well, 285. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I mean, I like Span to win the fight. Obviously, I don't like Span in general. Like I said, I don't think his fight IQ is very good. Um, he does have a pretty good size advantage here. I think he's overall the better fighter, especially if the fight goes long. Um, I don't expect it to though. I think they're just going to stand and trade, and somebody's going to get clipped. And I have to favor Span. I think Span by KO is probably the way I would bet this fight. Bet the unders. Yeah,
juice.
I
That's
don't
too
I don't think
much.
it goes long. I really don't think it gets beyond 2 rounds. Neither guy's very good. Both guys can be hurt. But yeah, I don't think Guskov's good at all. I think he's he got the KO in his last fight, but against one of the worst light heavyweights we've ever seen on the roster. Um, I think Span gets the job done, and he probably gets it done pretty early. So we will roll on to our main event here. This is actually a pretty decent fight, thankfully. We've got Matthias Nicolau taking on Alex Perez, flyweight bout. Two pretty, they're up there in terms of contenders in the bantamweight division. A good win for either one of these guys would put them, within a fight or two of title talks. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I don't know. Is Alex Perez back? I mean, is he? I mean, he looked good in his last fight against Lukaev. Probably could have won that fight. I mean, is he back? Like, I mean, the guy was a legit contender before he just fell off a cliff and couldn't make weight. Now he's
Yeah,
back, taking a fight quick, making weight,
yeah.
going 5 rounds. I mean, is he back? I don't know. Nicolau, I'm not too high on Nicolau. I've never really been a fan of this guy. He's good all around fighter, but just fucking low volume. It's just he's dangerous though. Submission game is dangerous. He has good grappling. Um, Yeah, I lean under 4.5. It's -125. I don't mind that. I can definitely see finish coming here. Yeah, and I would go with Perez money line as a money line dog.
Yeah, I like Perez here. 5 rounds against a guy who doesn't throw a lot of volume. Uh, Perez has been in championship fights. His biggest weakness has been grappling submissions. Nicolau has some grappling skills, but we haven't really seen it in the UFC. Um, I don't know if he's got what it takes to submit a guy like Perez, who's really been, he's been stopped by the best of the best. So yeah, I think this is a good spot. The underdogs in 5 round fights have been coming through just nonstop all year. I think he can. I think he's just going to be another one to add to the list. Perez has great striking. He's dangerous, and yeah, I think he can win a volume fight as well. So I like the dog here. I think Perez gets it done, and yeah,
All right,
it's a good fight. But I think Perez. I think Perez can get it done. He's a good fighter.
we'll see. Yeah, I think he can. The money line price, I have to take him. So,
Yeah, it's solid. So all right, there it is. Like I said, like we said, crazy week, a lot of technical difficulties. We apologize for all that, but we did the best we could, and Saturday night we'll hopefully we'll get it all done for everybody. But we're gonna get off next. We've got the Take It to the Bank pod coming right up, right after this. So I guess until next time, good luck on Saturday.
later.